Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. I have got the Chaos unboxing rendering out, Wolfgang waiting in the wings, and I had my little plan of who I was going to unbox and in what order. But as promised, I checked the YouTube comments. Granted, not a lot of people up right now, living the dream like myself, I suppose. But Dan Bogner, he said this was very, very big deal to him because it's his first time he got into the game, I think, or the series and Trap Team. So he's never really had, or maybe Superchargers, but he's never per se had like a legit adventure pack. And so it was a big deal to him that we take a look at the Gryphon Park Observatory. Now, this is pretty cool, I have to say. Airstrike looks amazing, particularly the Blue Zephyr Falcon. More on that shortly. But the bigger deal here is, yes, adventure packs are back. Going all the way back to SSA, some of my favorite characters and most memorable levels from that game. Pirate Seas, Empire of Ice, Darklight Crypt, and Dragon's Peak. Those were adventure packs. You basically got in, the instances there, we had, Sunburn, Dragon's Peak, and then, sort of like our two magic items, Sparks, etc. So, this is sort of following that format. We get a Skylander, we get our location piece that's actually going to unlock the brand new level, the content, if you will, and then we get a creation crystal. I skimmed the release material. I don't exactly know the pricing, but I think that it's $29.99. Don't hold me to that, though. The only place I could find this listed was Amazon or Best Buy in Canada. That was $39. I don't quite know the translations, but I think it would be cheaper in the U.S. But what I'm basing that on is the Thumpin' Woopa, like basically when I can buy Crash and Neo Cortex, it's going to be $29. So I'm ballparking this in there again. I don't have a retail receipt with me because this was sent out by the good folks at Skylanders. But I'm thinking somewhere around $29, which if you do the math and the breakdown, that's a pretty good deal given what you're getting here. So this is the packaging. I must say it looks just as amazing. Actually, it's a little bit cooler. Not necessarily better than the stuff, but you've got something else here. If you did not know, look at the Falcon there. Oh, Chaos has just finished rendering. But, if you didn't know, Gryphon Park Observatory, I think that's probably a play on the Griffith Park Observatory, right there in Hollywood. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm assuming. And of course, it tied in nicely with Gryphon. We're sort of playing that into, birds, mythologies, things along those lines. Plus, it's an observatory, so it should be pretty cool. But as you can see, this is Master Airstrike. He is an air element brawler. Bear with me, 3 in the morning. We get an earth element creation crystal. You're asking yourself, are there earth crystals available right now? Answer would have to be yes, because they sent me one. So these are two. Would you believe that another pair of batteries has bit the dust? And anyway, we sort of compared our earth element crystals there. And lastly, we've got the Gryphon Park Observatory, again, our location piece that will unlock the level. So side profile here, you've got a nice shot of Master Airstrike. Coming around to this side, you've got a pretty cool shot of the observatory. Again, just a little silhouette, if you will. We will flip it around, nothing too exciting on the bottom. Skylanders Imaginators in your hand on the portal in the game. It is that simple. New challenges and enemies to conquer. Then right here, we've got Master Airstrike. There's his oh, he could be pretty cool. This is like a Sonic and Tails combination type of a thing. I'm getting pretty excited. Create and play as your own Skylanders, of course, with the creation crystal provided in said adventure pack. Now, right here, you've got some featured characters. Again, my apologies on this lighting. I think this is it for unboxings tonight. Plus, it's like 3:45 in the morning. But I'm going to see if I can get some daylight in. I cannot find this bulb, and it's kind of a problem. But Master Ambush, Crankcase, Barabella, Hoodsickle, Magic Air and Earth Creation Crystals, and you're like, what's that thing on the other side? Oh, just the other adventure pack. standard adventure pack anyway. Master Boom Bloom. That should be a pretty sweet character to play as. She looks pretty, kind of a stealth elf camo vibe I'm getting from her. Anyway, we get an air creation crystal there, and I have to say that enchanted elven forest location piece looks pretty freaking cool. So, how is this thing going to open up? Well, it would help if we had light, but there's 2 tabs right here that we're going to need to cut, and then just like with our Sensei figures, don't blink at me, battery indicator light. These are brand new. We have a little tape dot to cut there and here. So let's do that and hope these batteries don't die. I kid you not, I'm using brand new batteries that I've charged. I bought these specifically in anticipation of this day. I had some that I bought in anticipation of Minecon, and they are underperforming. They are not lasting any time at all. I feel like I could go buy like the cheapest AA batteries I could find. I could pull some out of a remote in a junkyard, and I think we would be doing better. Anyway, again, just like the other stuff, we've got this little tab for your J-hooks or your hangers at retail, and it can also lay flat, so that is a pretty cool setup. Anything special there? It's a combination. It's like every element logo is kind of covered there, so that's pretty neat. Let's go ahead now. Again, this is our first adventure pack, our first 3-item pack, if you will. So I will slide it out so you can enjoy it in all of its unboxing glory. And it's not wanting to come. And I do not know why. There we go. Check out this attention to detail here. Now that the characters are gone, you could literally cut that thing out and, you know, position it on a wall, and you could set the characters in front of that. You could take some pretty freaking sweet pictures, I have to say. So we'll do that sometime. As with the senseis, we just flip this up at 45 degrees. This may be a painful unboxing. Oh, hey. Since there's a creation crystal, we get a sticker sheet note. This is for our Earth Element crystal. We've got the 10 stickers representing the 10 battle classes. And then we've got the Earth name tag, so if you create Frankie Star like I did, you can go ahead and label that. If we make Terrafin 2 or something along those lines, you can label that. You can put those on your collection poster, I should say. You could stick it on the actual crystal if you want to. I wouldn't recommend that because there's a cool light up effect. You can do whatever you want to with them, really, but it is nice they include them. Again, personally, I miss the stat cards. I miss the sticker sheets. I kind of was hoping for a Battlecast sort of a vibe from these, but we'll make do. So what we want to do now is as careful as possible. There's 3 items here, and I'm a man with only 2 hands, believe it or not. So I think something is going to fly. And I'm not sure what it should be. Let's go ahead and work the observatory, if possible. Got it. We'll check it out here in a second. Let's go now for Master Airstrike. You'll want to be, I can tell already, that's going to be your weak point. You should know that. So he's pretty stocky, pretty compact. We'll try to manage him by the face. Oh, Lord. Okay. Let's make sure there's nothing here. Alright, well, this will be an adventure in and of itself, it appears, to get this guy free. Look at us. When in doubt, just force it out. Remember that. It won't come in handy. And here's the Earth creation crystal. Yeah. We know what we're doing. Chaos. I'll save you. Alright, so, yeah, you could make that a little more eloquent, but when you get to that point in time, you'll be like, now I know what he was going through. So, here we are. This is the Earth Creation Crystal. There are various forms of these. I'm not quite sure which one's the coolest. Oh, this is really intricate. That looks like a little manhole cover. You'd think that would kind of be tech-oriented. Makes sense with Earth. You could see that on the ground surface, if you will. There's our Earth Element logo. Flipping it around to the back side, we can actually come in. This is where, say, that you make an Earth Smasher. Like Tri-Tip, you would actually just kind of put that on. If you're so inclined, you by no means have to. On the bottom, we have... Oh, there's no elemental logo. I realize now we didn't really pay much attention to the fire creation crystal. My apologies there. That happens when your batteries die like 5 times. Pretty well detailed, I have to say. And again, I can't wait to see these light up effects in person. This one looks pretty good. I kind of like this. It's sort of just like a weathered patina, you know, like you would have on something that's been left out. So I think it looks pretty cool. Now, the only other earth crystal we've got, we have not opened, but there it is side by side. I think you kind of get a feel for it. So here we are. That is, I guess, kind of the low light of it, believe it or not, even though it's all exciting. Let's examine this location piece. This is the Gryphon Park Observatory. It's got a very cool vibe to it, almost kind of like a tech and an air element combined into one, if you will. Just standard location piece, really. Will it have any magic effects in the game? Who knows? We're going to try it out, though, I can guarantee you that. Note the tower, the spindly tower, is kind of leaning. That's an interesting design concept. Again, this is sort of the tech vibe with that gear cog doorway I'm kind of picking up on. You've also got a cog here. You've just got kind of standard riveting. This is obviously your giant telescope that you're controlling. It's a pretty cool looking little piece. So again, like I said, if you cut out the packaging there, you could take some pretty legit pictures of your Skylander just kind of staged around your house. Now the money shot here is going to be Master Airstrike. As you can see, Air Element Brawler. So we've got our other brawler here, Master Kingpin from the Water Element. But check him out. He's sort of got a stature reminiscent of Shortcut, wouldn't you say? I kind of... If you cross Shortcut and Thunderbolt, maybe, I can kind of see that. That said, Air Element Cloud, this is cool. This is like a very bright silver. Not really, it's kind of a flat silver, not a lot of metallic in it. But it's very bright, and obviously what we're looking at here would be clouds, because he's air elements. That's kind of a cool effect, I would have to say. Now, Airstrike himself, note the feather plumage. This is not on the Falcon. This is, in fact, on Airstrike. It is very flexible, so that is good to know. I'm not quite sure. Is he wearing like a pilot's jacket? I think he... Yes. Yes. No? Okay, no. I thought that was going to be like the sheepskin, you know, like a Flynn-type jacket. That is actually, apparently, I guess, like some sort of a mustache beard hybrid. He's got sort of a goatee and then kind of like some crazy Dennis Gage type handlebar mustache getting wind blown or something. But this jacket does seem to be something reminiscent of a pilot. I think that's what they were going for with this texture. So picture like Flynn's jacket, sort of the brown leather, the sheepskin yellow coloring, and just kind of black it out. And that's what I think we're looking at here. Again, very short, very compact guy. His Airstrike, primarily upper body as well. His legs very, very short. He's got the golden belt indicating he's a sensei. Up to... Ooh, that's a nice touch, these little arrows here. It's almost like a launch pad or, a acceleration strip, something along those lines. The helmet actually is a nice detailed piece, and then his gloves are kind of padded, detailed a little bit because he's a falconer, if you will. This one obviously is kind of the big gloved hand, and then this one's just open a bit. It's got the tassel, he can cinch it down. Pretty sweet little setup, and I have to say I really like this kind of like Smurf blue for the air elements. Moving on now, something that kind of, I wouldn't say steals the show, they complement each other quite well. But this Falcon is amazing. If this was a standalone Skylander, if we just like had him on a perch, I would be pretty content. Not gonna lie. Big fan of air, weather, things along those lines, birds in general. And this is pretty cool that these two are together. I don't have a clue what they do, and I'm extremely excited to figure out what exactly it is. But look at the detail on that guy. This is like Jetvac and Stormblade crossed with some crazy hawk or Taekwon crow or something, and miniaturized into like true bird form, So there's an interesting story on this guy, but let's check him out. He's got his talons kind of digging into the glove here. If Windows just installed updates, I will be livid. We had a video rendering and one uploading, and it's about that time of night, isn't it? It's been an interesting day, to say the least. But look how sharp that looks. I mean, that looks like I'm just gonna cut my finger open, just glazing it like that. Very, very amazing. I've done custom painted Skylanders. You've seen me gravitate my like custom legendaries, if you will, or my preferred color scheme tends to be blue and silver. This follows that format and it looks amazing. There's a little bit of a gradient on this one too, which helps, but the contrast between the blue and the silver, perfect as usual. Note right here, you've kind of got like a deeper blue-green around the Falcon's eyes. That provides just enough contrast and ties in my opinion, with Airstrike here. Pretty cool stuff. Let's go ahead and I will attempt to open this up and read what I prepared. So the slogan for Airstrike, which is not printed on the packaging, I don't believe, fight and flight, obviously compares nicely with these two. Before he began training brawlers, Airstrike trained birds, but you didn't see that one coming, especially the rare blue Zephyr falcons, hence what I was referencing at the start of the video. They were once one of Skyland's most endangered species, but Airstrike taught them how to defend themselves from predators and not fly into windows. Classic Skylander storylines here. Birds would come from all over Skylands to learn his proven techniques, but despite their new defensive skills, the blue Zephyr falcons continued to be hunted by a band of evil trolls who like to use their eggs in blue bacon omelets. So it was time for Airstrike to strike back. He journeyed to the peak of the Zephyr Mountain and single-handedly took down the trolls, rescuing the stolen eggs. After returning them to their mother, one of the eggs hatched, revealing a very energetic falcon that would not leave his side. Airstrike named him Birdie. So everyone say hello to Birdie. This is Airstrike and Birdie, the blue Zephyr falcon. And together they now use their skills to train Skylanders. Despite Master Eon's crippling fear of falcons, we're just learning something all the time, aren't we? That said, I'm extremely excited to play Airstrike and Birdie. It's collectively just known as Master Airstrike, if you will. Again, Air Element Brawler. So this is our first look at an Air Element base. We got our other Brawler here. The way these pair together, again, the wider base, the larger base, even though he's a compact guy, in reference, here's the Golden Queen, right? So the wings of the Zephyr actually come up a bit taller than her, believe it or not, which you can't see that, can you? Trust me, I mean, it's not much, but it is something very, very similar in height. So what they're able to do, again, with these bases being designed in this manner is to capitalize on that space. Squatty little dude, extend him upwards, and the weight it's not going to just, tip him over here. It's going to be balanced quite nicely. And the footprint is going to help with that as well. This is an amazing looking combo the more time I spend with it. Plus, I think it's of the right color scheme that my bad lighting in here kind of is less obvious. The other videos, I've not been too happy with the lighting at all, which is why we're going to stop. But these two guys pull it off. So in the Gryphon Park Observatory, this is your Skylander. You get the Earth Creation Crystal. And we get the Gryphon Park Observatory location piece, which will unlock the level. Not sure what it entails exactly because we haven't played the game yet, much less the AP. But will it do anything after that? Will it do anything in previous games? Will it do anything in future games? These are the things I desire to know and we're going to work towards solving. That said, this video has been interrupted multiple times by battery, so I'm going to end it here. Go ahead and comment with Falcon. How about that? Hashtag Falcon. That'll get you a bonus brick in the Wall of Wiisdom. If you're curious about what that is, check it out in the description box down below. Consider becoming a Scholar of Wiisdom as well. You're helping me build the Wall of Wiisdom. It is my way of thanking you for watching, supporting the channel, commenting on the videos, all sorts of different things we do, but we're building a wall and we're making it pretty cool. So check it out in Wiisdom Plays Minecraft. I also encourage you to check out the Skylander Club Forum, as does Master Airstrike, SkylanderClub.com. may not be a strategy guide this year, and people like you'll find on the Skylander Club Forum will be very, very helpful. So check it out. Make sure to follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Of course, subscribe here. If you really want to help me out, please like and share the videos. I'm not partnered in a third-party deal. It's just me and YouTube, and subsequently, I get cross-promoted over. So if you really like what you see here, be sure to share it, post it places. Tell people you like what I'm doing. I do things very different than most people. We put a lot more detail and effort into our videos, I believe. And some people like it, some people don't. But if you do and you think other people will, please help share the videos, help grow the channel, and we'll be doing some cool things. So for myself, I gotta say, these two look amazing. Just the more time I spend looking at them. That said, I'm pretty dadgum excited about these two. So big thanks to Dan for encouraging me to go ahead and do this. I would have done it after I unboxed 2 or 3 more senseis for what it's worth, but we got it taken care of now. It's pretty cool, and I'm very excited to see how these two pan out and to check out the location piece in the game. That said, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you here at the pool table for even more Skylanders Imaginators action.